llama, try to debug my mind. My code's a riddle, you always rewind. You find the errors in every nested loop. Oh, clever llama, master of the code. You solve our mystery mix just like I was told. VFDs and VLCs, you know them well. Edging my secrets.
Welcome back to another video. A couple weeks ago, someone asked, is it possible to change what the keypad says so that it represents what my application is doing? And the answer is yes. You can change the keypad on an M700 drive. And so in this video, we're going to show you how to do it, and it's really not hard at all. In front of us is the Connect software. Now, you'll notice that I have the dashboard open, and on the dashboard, you'll see something that says Keypad Programming. When you open it up, it'll probably open up a window like this, expecting you to open a predefined keypad image for your keypad. So in this video, we're not going to be using this. What we're going to be using is this second option, Program Custom Language Settings, using the drive's parameters. But before we can do this, we really have to go into the Connect software and change the names of each of the parameters we want to edit. So we'll come back to this a little bit later. For now, let's go to menu 18. As you might know, menu 18, 19, and 20 are application menus. What this means is they are made for your custom program that you're going to put in the drive using Machine Control Studio so that you have a place for your custom variables. As you can see, the names of these parameters in menu 18 are just a generic description more than a name, and it doesn't really reflect what the values mean inside of our program. So to make this more clear, I have written a small program using the basic AMC template. It's a simple program that just goes back and forth. Let me show you. At the bottom of the screen, you will see that there's a little graph that's pulling every 200 milliseconds. So it's not a real fast graph, but it's showing you the position of the system. Okay, so it's monitoring this tag right here. And so what's basically happening is when this position gets to 0 or less than 0, it's triggering this block that starts an index outward to 360 degrees. And then when it gets to 360 degrees, this line of code basically tells it to go back home, which tells it to go to position 0. So in short, this little piece of code just goes back and forth, and it really doesn't accomplish anything other than it allows us to illustrate where we might want to customize our keypad text. So as you can see, the input of each of these blocks, I am pointing to menu 18, parameter 11, 12, and 13, and also parameter 51 in menu 18. If I come back to Connect, you can see that the names of these parameters don't really mean anything. So this parameter is supposed to be acceleration. So I'm going to edit the name here. This one's supposed to be deceleration. And this one's supposed to be velocity. And the one way down here is supposed to be my index distance. All right. Now, as you can see, I've named the parameters, right? Wrong. This is just the caption for Connect. Sure, it gives you a description of what these are, but there's a hidden field, a hidden column that we need to open up in order to edit the actual name of the text that the keypad's going to show. To do this, we're going to right-click on Caption, and then you're going to see an option for Caption on Keypad. As you can see, I've given this a description of acceleration for my Connect software, but I haven't really given it a new name for the keypad. So here I can call it acceleration, deceleration, velocity, and down here, index distance. Now, as you can see, we've given names for the parameters for the keypad, but we can also come up here and name the menu. So it doesn't even have to be called application menu number 1 anymore. So this is typically what the keypad shows when you're scrolling. So this menu is going to be called index settings. So now we've done everything we need to do in menu 18 to customize our keypad. Before you go to the keypad programming tool, it is important that you set up all the parameters that you want to modify, because it takes a long time to write to this keypad. That's because your software is going into the drive, and then the drive has to talk to the keypad through a second channel, and that second channel is pretty slow. And so I would recommend that you get everything set the way you want before you come back here. And this also includes other parameters. For example, we can even customize menu 1. See, here on menu 1, I opened it up, and you can see the caption on keypad column. It is actually editable to you. So if you have an application where you use preset speed references for not preset speed references, maybe one of them's used for a PID set point or something like that, you can come in here and change the name of these preset speed references to something else. So now we're going to actually program our keypad, and I want to show you what that looks like. Before we show you how to download it, I want to show you what the keypad looks like prior to downloading it so you can see the before and after. Here you can see the keypad, and it's menu 18 parameter 11, and you can see the text that it had before we modified it, which is application menu 1, okay? And if we go to the next parameter, this is menu 18 parameter 12, you can see that it shows you the value over here in the right corner, but it doesn't actually have a good description. So now if we go back to our software and we come to our keypad programming tool, we can select our keypad, right? And if it's not showing up here, we hit the refresh button, and then it will show the keypad here. We can also upgrade the keypad's firmware. If we have keypad firmware, we can push to the drive. But right here is what we're going to do. And we're going to select the language which we're going to use. And I'm going to select English. And then down here, we can write over any of these. And I'm going to write over this empty spot, which is just a generic spot saved for us. And I can give it a name. Okay, so now when you go to select the language, it'll show something called index demo as this option down here. And now all we have to do is push the program keypad. As you can see, both on the keypad and on the Connect software, it shows a bar graph showing how much of the progress is done in programming the captions to the keypad. So we've completed the downloading of the captions to our keypad. As you can see over here, the keypad is showing deceleration. And if I go and look at the other parameters, it now says acceleration, deceleration, velocity, and if we go all the way to 1851, it says index distance. So you can see it was really easy to modify the text for the keypad. And if you have any other questions, please put them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or you found it useful, please subscribe or share it with somebody. And I'll see you next time.